Things are going to start happening to me now.
You've done all the reading. You're a scholar. You're a professor. You've done all the reading. You've done the intellectual heavy lifting.
More or less, eat shit and die.
You wouldn't know a fact if it begged you all night long.
Want to give the wrong impression because I am very high.
Fucking ran up behind him with a hatchet. Smash, smash, smash. Yeah.
Care. I'm a libertarian. What I'm getting is,
did you vote for Joe Jorgensen or Trump?
Who?
Joe Jorgensen. That was the perfect answer. Thank you.
Some people do comedy. Andy and I, we don't do comedy. We listen and watch comedy. But welcome everybody to the Libertarian Podcast Review, the Kill Podcast, episode number 3. We got Garbage Main. You're confusing me here. And Tyler, like I've said before, you clean up garbage. I am garbage. Welcome, Andy. Appreciate you being here.
Cheers. Thanks for having me. What's on the, what podcast have you listened to this week?
Well,
in the seventh layer of hell reviewing podcast.
Right. Just today, I was listening to actually Michael Malice had Eric July on, which was pretty solid. Yeah. So you might enjoy that one. They talked a lot of comics. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you like Eric July, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like Eric July. I would pay good money to hear Eric July read an audiobook, possibly Thomas Sowell, Walter E. Williams, or Murray Rothbard, or a Hoppe book. I don't know. It would just be funny if there was a footnote where he was calling people bitch-ass crackheads or something like that.
Right. Maybe some sort of kid's book. I might enjoy that. But he talked about his Hoas Roads comment. They talked about comics. And you said Soul. He talked about how he was came into this whole space basically because he wanted to read a black economist, and he got into Thomas Sowell's Basic Economics, and there you go. So how about you? What's the podcast of choice for you this week?
I honestly haven't listened to any. I've been listening to a lot of bluegrass music this week. So going back to my roots, I guess.
Oh, nice. Okay. David said, I have a black Governors to Get shirt. That seems very specific.
Is that David Brady or
Yes.
It's the other David?
No, that's David Brady Jr. That's our David Brady. So you got featured this morning on a big podcast. I am sure that's the way you're trying to lead into this. You want to tell me about it, and then we could actually play the clip.
Yeah, I called into the InfoWars show this week and sat on hold, or today actually. I sat on hold for about an hour and a half driving at work, and then there was a little pause in the beginning where you can hear me throw on my air brakes and switch to my headphones.
Gotcha. We'll play it here. So
it's tough I got everything you're gonna say.
And we'll go back to this. But David Brady, I understand what you're saying, but look what you said. You didn't say the shirt was black. You said black Governors. So, black Governors to Gitmo. I thought that was a little racist. And why not all of them? Because that would leave Gavin Newsom out. So that's the confusion there. Okay, so Andy, you get on hold.
Segregate Gitmo.
Right. You decide to call in. So you call into Alex Jones, and he SHs everything he can. Shandy Hooks. So you call in, you wait forever, and then and then you talk to you. It sounded like you had a little stage fright or something.
Well, it's tough. I don't have like a notepad or anything with me driving at work, so I just had to try to remember everything. And then I was all of a sudden on the air, and I was like, "Oh shit, what was I going to say this whole time?"
Well, let's play it. Let's add it to the screen here. It's on your Twitter page. Hope everyone can hear this. This is Andy featuring with the man himself, Alex Jones. Shush.
You got to hit play now. Come on. I can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it at all.
Okay. Let's remove it here from. Sorry, it was playing and I could totally hear it. So I will share the screen one more time. Maybe stop screen. Start it all over, and maybe it'll work better this time. Okay, so there we go. Share the tab. Got the sound. All right, let's. You ready for this now? Let's see if this works. Okay, let me know if you can hear this. Say yay if you can.
All right, let's go to another caller in Texas. Let's talk to Andrew. Andrew, thanks for calling.
Andrew.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can. Welcome.
Yes, I had a couple points to make. I just wanted to say prayers to the families of Uvalde, of the victims, and it's really tragic what happened. I think the denigration of cultural rot, or the promotion of cultural rot, is in large part due to the expansion of the federal government. And that's sort of what causes these things. The more the government expands, the more crazy, demonic people it creates. It becomes a new religion.
Well, that's it. The state is the religion, and their religion is Satanism, and we see the wages of sin or death. It's very simple. You're absolutely right.
Well, thank you for taking my call. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, brother, what you said is totally true. Sorry, go ahead.
Don't bitch out.
I about slipped up. Tried to hang up early.
I'm real hesitant to do that nowadays, especially seeing the Lids of TikTok account. I'm hesitant to arm the teachers. And
no, that's a good point. There should be a screening process,
that was a great point.
And then they should be trained. And then so quote, they're not being discriminated against. You know, it can be like a rotating security detail where the principal, decides who out of the teachers is going to be armed. But I think if you put in a large school, 20, 30 people that are armed, it's totally protected. And I think if, smaller schools, 3 or 4 people, I mean, it just needs to be done. And, you might wake libs up when you give them the responsibility to learn about the Second Amendment and about being a guardian and not just a victim.
I agree with you. I also think if Republicans want to go on the proactive, given that we've seen some of the cops in some of these shooting situations.
Say that again. Your phone broke up, Andrew. Say that again.
I was saying we've seen if the GOP wanted to be proactive about the situation, we've seen cops in some of these situations sit on their hands. How about incentivizing private security companies, giving them tax breaks if they're providing security for schools?
Well, I'll tell you this. In leftist cities, the police are horrible, lazy thugs. And in more conservative areas, they're super hardworking, great people. I mean, the police just have one of the roughest jobs, nothing but respect for them. When they follow globalist orders to violate rights, they become bad guys. But
all right, so let's talk about you bootlicking on there now.
Well, he actually does go in that second tweet on that thread. He starts to give a little bit more leniency to the free market solution. But
We'll let everybody check that out. Oh, Andrew, sorry. Keeps playing it on there. So, I mean, how'd you think your time went there? Did you get to say anything more on the second clip?
No, I didn't get to say anything more on the second clip. If I could have said more, I would have said they probably are going to blame this situation on white supremacy and say that we need to be nicer to the trans people. If we didn't bully the mentally ill, then they wouldn't do this. But I'm pretty sure this dude was probably provoked by the feds or in, MoveOn.org probably provided him with the weapon.
Right. Okay. So how far are you from, is it in San Antonio where this happened?
It's outside of San Antonio, a little bit west in Uvalde. It's kind of close to where my daughter is, and she'll be starting kindergarten this year. So it does make me a little nervous. But I mean, Texas has been a little bit more based on some of this shit. So we'll see. But I mean, this happened in Texas, so it's tough to really say.
All right. Magnus says Jones be bootlicking, and that
he does. But he does. If you watch the second clip, he does kind of give a little credence to the free market. He's like, "All right, cops, kind of good, kind of bad, whatever." But in the second clip, he's like, "I'm open to free market solution." I was like, "All right, fine." But yeah, I mean, though, I don't know. This whole thing seems like a big psyop to me, anyways. It's just they're going to go after guns or use it as a political football. Right. Even if it was like totally organic, like to me, the more you see the federal government expand, especially like you look at this kid's family, it was totally atomized, probably by progressive policies for, decades or generations. So, I mean, it's not like this is some new phenomena. There's broken families all over the place, and this is just one of them. Okay,
so we're gonna Spud. Why are we doing this at the same time as TPH? Well, one, we started at 6, so maybe they're encroaching on us. 2, Toad just said they might not actually do it, so keep that in mind. 3, Andy and I we're not run by retards. So, and I'm going to Reno tomorrow. We usually do it on Thursday. I'm going to Reno tomorrow, so I thought we would. Andy wanted to, we were coordinating this, and we thought we'd do it today. So I'm going to actually try to talk to Toad when I'm out there and stuff. So Reno's happening. It's the big thing that's right now, but also Childeberg is happening. You're going to be going to Childeberg. I know Eric's going to come on and talk us about probably maybe that. We can at least talk to him about that. You excited about going to Childeberg? And then we're going to bring on our first person here. And this is where it's risky, where we turn over my show and Andy's, because he's a co-host on this one, to a complete amateur. And matter of fact, it's his cherry popping day. It's his first time on any podcast, I think. So Andy, first of all,
I don't know if it is. I don't know. I think he might be featured on several episodes of Tower Power Hour. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. So Childeberg, why, Andy, Childeberg, why is it better than libertarian Reno?
Because the Libertarian Party is useless to me. I mean, unless you care about messaging, which I don't. Whatever, message all you want. To me, it's like you got to wield some political power, I guess. I mean, messaging is important. Don't get me wrong, but like these people have had their boots on our neck for however long. I don't know. I think I really like Thomas Massey. I mean, I think he's doing a great job, and he's like the only one really. But I respect that route. I mean, Ron Paul was in the GOP. I know a lot of people give the GOP shit, and it's not perfect. I don't like fucking Lindsey Graham or Mitch McConnell, and I'm not registered to any party, and I don't vote. But it seems like that would be the more effective route to go, at least on a local level. But we'll see. Right. We'll see what the LP can do. Did you hear any or watch any of the interview I did with Mark Claire? I haven't yet. I want to. It's in my bookmarks. Well, first of all, it was a lot of fun. And I appreciate it, Mark. And what's so interesting is you see Spud won't clip your show for you. Okay, thanks, David. What I really enjoyed about it, and it's you get on Twitter, and even Mark is a little more abrasive on there. You listen to his show, and I love it. And so I try not to engage in that viciousness with like people like that I like, but that I have a little bit of a differences, kind of like he and Pete. I just don't engage with it on Twitter because it's not going to go anywhere. And then you talk to him, and it was a fun, good conversation. And I just don't know what, I disagree with him on some things, and he disagrees with me. Big deal. I'm going to Reno. I'm going to do the voting thing that I've never done before. And my wife's going to have a really long weekend. And you're bringing her along? Oh, of course. She's much more fun than me. So if we're going to go out and do stuff, I definitely want her there as my wing woman. I don't know. So, no, my wife she's a better quality comedian or fun person than me. So, speaking of comedy, I was going to bring on our first guest. There he is. No, I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to Childeberg. Going to see it. Some folks. I think Nick Ashley is going to be there, and hopefully some other folks that I know. Patrick is, and a few of our other friends. Yeah, it looks like fun. I definitely want to do that next year. Try to do that in Pork Fest. It's more of just like a hangout type scene. I know Rebel with the Cause is going to be there, Eric, and then Oh, I was going to say Odysee might be the feds because they definitely lost my podcast. Or I don't know. Right. I wouldn't call it a podcast, but it's gone down the tubes forever. You either watched it live or it never happens. So this is why you've got to do. I know you stream through OBS, but I think that going through StreamYard is the way because they record a version and they hold it on theirs, and then it also for me I also then simultaneously put it on YouTube. You're not there, but then you would if you lose it off of Odysee, you've got a copy. So just I need to figure out how to do it because I stream like through OBS using StreamYard, so it's kind of like a screen cap. Yeah, you don't have to. I've got it. We're doing it right now on Odysee. Okay, look, we're going to bring in our first guest. But I thought maybe first I would tell us do my 1 minute thing here, do a little bit. So this is probably not going to go well, but I just was thinking about this today. I lived in Colorado right before 2000. Right before I think I just got married. This guy was out there. He knew my wife at the time. It's my ex-wife. And his last name was Dick. Okay, good-looking guy. He
had a lot of things going for him. He was successful, but he had this last name of Dick. And of course, people make jokes, right? Then we introduced him to this girl, and she was an attorney. Bad news there. And they got married. Okay. They moved to California. They come out here, and then we find out a few years later, they have a child. Now, the child it was a girl. The wife didn't let the child or him take his last name of Dick. Okay. Then they have another kid, another girl. Same thing. It takes her name. She never took his name. And then eventually we find out that he actually changes his last name to hers. So the moral of the story is he's not a dick. He's a pussy.
Yeah, he's definitely a cuck for sure.
Right. Okay, let's bring on our first guest. First one here. This is Perry. Everyone on Twitter. Oh, he's praying. Perry, are you there? Can we bring him in? Perry, you there?
Tyler, that was so cringy.
I don't know what. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm turning over the power to you. You're gonna have a minute here. You're gonna tell us what it is. You know how this works. If you're gonna go too long, you're gonna hear this noise, little crickets. Okay, and then if you go over that too much, when we're gonna just stop it all together, you're gonna hear Nick Sarwark talking.
If you vote for Adolf Hitler as the Libertarian Party candidate,
okay. So that's when you're gonna. So let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll hit go, and then you'll take off. Actually, I'm just gonna tell you when to go. Perry, you ready?
That's my video suck. No light.
There you go. So Toad, it's all you. Go.
Shaka. All right. So actually, I grew up ski racing. I am not an athlete, as you can tell. I'm not an athlete at all, but just I have always grown up skiing. Man, it's kind of opposite day. Sorry. Yeah, so I grew up ski racing, and one of the ski races was at Snoqualmie Pass. I'm up in Spokane, Washington for everyone. I'm up in Spokane, Washington, and Snoqualmie Pass is one of the highways, one of the passes through the Cascades. The Cascades pretty much slice the bitch fuck cuck part of Washington away from the rest of us base ass farmer people. It's literally the sliver of Washington. I'm sure most of you know that, but because that area has been such hot contention in forever. But yeah, so anyway, so it was up at Snoqualmie Pass, colder than hell.
Okay, is that you're done?
I didn't get to any story.
Okay, we'll let you go. So Snoqualmie Pass, what I do know about that is I think it was the home to the Mayer brothers, Steve Mayer. You know, they're professional skiers. I think they were in the Olympics. Yes. I want to say the 88.
Yeah, I want to say Phil Mayer.
Phil and Steve, right?
That sounds right. Old school's hell, dude.
Yeah.
Old school's hell.
Why couldn't you, tell me about why you're not able to get to the end of this story. And first of all, I'll answer this question. Are you or are you not Toad?
Croak. All
right.
Croak. Trust me, dude, Andy, Toad has a much better batting average than I do.
Wow.
With jokes. With being funny.
Jokes.
He has a much better batting aaveraage than I do.
Batting average with women.
He has a much better batting average than women than me.
No, I'd say you're probably about even.
Okay.
So Perry, talk to us about why you decided to get a camera, a headset, and I mean, why did you decide to do this?
Okay, so yeah, I don't know, just it was a whimsy, you know. It was weird, I don't mean to name drop, but fuck it, it's a story. So when I think it was Reed that was first on Dave, like years ago, and then it was 2020, and when Clinton Reed, pretty quick succession, I think. First one on Dave, I was like, oh, who are these guys? Oh, this is cool. And I remember tweeting Reed, like, is that a cab of a truck? Like, what? Are you a trucker? This is cool. But so I didn't think that they would blow the fuck up from being on Dave. And I was I was messaging them both like, hey, let's do, dude, I am not well read. I am new to this shit. Like, I'm really new to this mindset. And let's, dude, this will give me incentive to read. Like this will give me incentive to actually grow in this shit.
That did you copy this guy for your headset?
Yes, I did. God damn, and he stole it from me. Fuck that. He stole it from me.
That's crazy. Yeah. So okay. So you saw them. Now, are you going to start a podcast? Is that what your plan is here?
I mean, maybe, but I was saying, I was mentioning them that, dude, this, dude, let's do a book review podcast. Like, it will incentivize me to read. I want to read this shit that, like, you know, Dave, Malice et al.
You have all
talks
those
about
books behind you. What are they?
Yeah.
No, I see a Family Guy DVD. So the DVDs are on the bottom shelf. The
Yes.
books are just above your head.
Yeah. I'm seeing my own cam. Like, the books are all blurry. That's great. No, I got both Hortons. I just very recently got the newest books I got were Anarchist Handbook, Myth of Sisyphus, Ego in Its Own.
What are you reading currently?
Not a fucking thing, because I've been really, really busy. I work about 10 hours a day, bro. And like, dude, as a garbage man, like, I get, you know exactly.
You do garbage?
Very damn close to it, bro. I work at a wrecking yard.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
I work at I've been there almost 3 years. I took a 6-month break in search of
You're already
greener
cooler than
pastures.
Toad. You're cooler than Toad, just for that.
Well, I do what I can.
Toad probably has really soft, moisturized hands.
Dude, oh my god. I regret it so bad. I regret washing my face so bad. Dude, I spent the entire afternoon, I pressure washed the outside of the shop for what I am pretty damn sure is the first time they've ever pressure washed it. And dude, I had blackface on. I had total blackface, man.
You should have brought it here. You can go apply some blackface at any
that
time.
Reminds me, you might have missed it earlier, but David Brady said black governors to Gitmo. Speaking of which, so
exactly,
blackface.
Exactly, David. Exactly.
What's
follow me back, you little cunt.
What's the rest of your story to the Snoqualmie Pass? Get me there quick. What you had a minute? You stumbled a bit.
Yes.
Get it? What happened?
Okay. Yeah. So it was a ski race. It was really shitty. It was super dense pea fog. And the course was a literal ice rink. I mean, dude, like every major ski course is extremely firm, if not icy. This was a very little ice rink. There was a chunk of ice out. That was a chunk of ice out right before the second gate. Every single fucking racer was told that. Every single fucking racer was blah blah blah. But my dumb, like, I'm still chubby, but I was a chubby kid. My dumb ass went to the lodge. I have to go to the bathroom. I went and got pizza. Of fucking course, as every chubby kid does, right? And then I got up. I missed my start. And my coaches were like, still let him go. He's here. He's suffered through this shit. Like it's freezing fog, by the way. And he's like, he's suffered through, dude, just let him go. Is there anything we can do? And they're like, okay. Like, and oh, I'm sorry. I left my bib in the lodge. My racing bib with my number.
Yeah.
My coaches duct taped 69
eating
to my
bib
back.
because you had pizza.
Exactly. My coaches duct taped a 69 to my back. So here I am in freezing fog in a purple spider racing suit.
If you told me you hit your head in this racing event, I would not be surprised.
No. what happened was, I mean, like the entire, like I was in a small, and they're like, okay, dude, you can do this. He has to go dead last. And so I'm sitting there in this freezing fog in you know, my onesie, my racing suit. And I mean, like, dude, for people who don't know, like that shit you see in the Olympics, those fucking onesie skin tight suits. Oh fuck yes, I wore them. Fuck yes, I wore them.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I'm curious how you thought you were going to get this in a minute.
Yeah, I don't know where this story is going. I feel like a woman is telling me a story right now.
Have you ever seen the movie Stir Crazy?
No, but the story. I mean, the story's about to come. Like the part of the story is about to come to a close.
Oh,
bring it,
dude. Okay, I get out the gate. I get up to the gate. 100% am not thinking about that chunk out of the ice before the second gate at all. And that, by the way, that was knocking racer after racer out. Like even if they knew about it, such dense freezing fog, they couldn't see it. And I totally forgot about it. Ran right into it. I knocked over, and literally, dude, this has happened twice when I was ski racing. I slid the entire course. The entire length of the course was sliding on my back uncontrollably. But it's just a story about how I'm a dipshit.
Wow.
That's why I chose that story. It's a story about how I'm a dipshit. Getting pizza, then falling down a whole hill.
Okay. What kind of pizza was it?
I'm cheese, whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Just cheese? I figured you were like a Supreme kind of guy.
Perry, what else?
Oh, I'm very Supreme, baby.
All right,
dude, Toad loves the Supreme.
Toad, yeah. Toad, what else? How is Tower Power going? And are you getting paid for your appearances?
Oh, God. Dude, those cheap motherfuckers. Man, all the money is going to stupid Elizabeth's pregnancy, man. Dude, all the money's going to there, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Toad, what did you think about Clint's rap video?
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to be
loved
funny.
It.
I know we're supposed to be funny. God damn it, that was fire.
Wow.
God damn it, that was fire. Amazing. Fucking unbelievably amazing. And here, like, I never figured out a way like how to like tweet this, how I don't know, like say precisely what I'm kind of trying to intend, but it is so
Smash
weird, man. Dude, I had so many friends. Like it's so weird that Smots turned out like this. Dude, I had so many friends who were so emo and screamo, so into all that shit. And
what was your favorite lyric of the whole thing?
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmer.
Well, you know, my favorite lyric was what I thought it was when I heard it live. Freedom to die. To die. Not or.
Yeah, you do have that freedom.
Freedom to die.
Well, you sent me a message. You said it was banger, and I was just like, was it though? I wasn't quite sure. But you know what? This is great about music. It's subjective. We can.
It was, you bastard.
What kind of music do you listen to normally?
Oh God. So currently I am on a pop punk kick. Not the you know, not the most, you know, I'm not gonna say not the most proud, but I don't know, whatever. Like I get on that kick. Sometimes I get on the kick. It's I mean, right now, like, yeah, that, but I mean, regularly I'm a Bob Dylan stan. Like I love Bob Dylan. I got the opportunity to see him. Seattle during Bumper Shoot. He headlined Bumper Shoot. And
did he do Hurricane, the song with the N-word in it?
Yes, he did.
Did he say the N-word live?
Yes, he did.
Perry, we appreciate you coming on. We're going to get Eric in here, so we're going to say goodbye. But before I do, I just wanted to leave you with this, that he's overrated. No?
Dirty bastard.
Okay, so look, Perry, where can people find you on Twitter? You're a friend to us all. You love to get in there, add your comments. We appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Where can people find you if they wanna hit you up?
Hey Ty, thanks for saying that, man. It doesn't always feel that way, and so thank you for saying that. Like the whole thing's a garbage fire. The whole thing is silly as hell, and it sounds douchey to say that, but doesn't always feel that way. And so thank you.
You gotta
I
have
really,
fun
really
where you
appreciate
can.
that.
Twitter.
No,
yeah. Like all in all, I found my little corner of Twitter, and it is fun as hell. I came to Liberty Twitter from Comedy Twitter, and it is fun as hell. Equally, the level of memes is equal. The Comedy Twitter to Liberty Twitter pipeline is so real.
The only pipeline I think is real from libertarian is to the Renaissance Fair. Libertarian to Renaissance Fair pipeline is real.
Right. Yes, my maiden queen.
I gotta get more beer.
Okay, Perry, thank you. We're gonna send you on, and then we're gonna bring on our next guest. I appreciate it. Any last words?
Well, let's go Reno. All
right.
Everyone fucking kicks ass. Let's go kick the bitch fuck cucks out. Let's go.
I like your shirt. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you around next time. Bye. That's Perry. And I appreciate him being here. Before we bring Eric on, I'm gonna do one thing here, and we're just gonna check in real quick with these losers, and let's see here. Let's see what these fuckers are saying.
This is taking the internet by storm because
Look at Cole. He looks like like a plastic doll, doesn't he?
He's in a room with nothing in it. Clint has been sitting in that chair for at least 6 months. He hasn't gotten up.
That was my question. I'm like, he couldn't even. At least Dan was out in the. I'll mute them a little bit. At least Dan was out in the cemetery. I mean, Clint was doing his rapping right from there. And then look at Toad. Toad
looks the least active, but he's actually being active, right?
Right. He's actually got out of his place. He right now he is he's doing one of those undercover videos for James. What's his name that does the? He's always interviewing and find. James O'Keefe. He's being interviewed by James O'Keefe right now across the table. They're at a date together, and that's exactly what it looks like. And they're probably talking. He works at an abortion agency or something like that. Yeah. All right, they did their 1 minute. I'm going to bring on our next guest. Let's see if we can stop sharing this one. You know him. You love him. I love him. He's the one ball wonder. Eric, how you doing? Welcome in.
I am doing so well.
He's got his music going.
Yeah,
so
let me turn that off.
Oh, hey, he's playing his music. That's much more talented. So you understand the concept here. You're going to get a minute. You're going to rant it off. When you hear this noise, that's the time to stop. If you keep going, when you hear this, we're going to cut you off for good.
If you vote for Adolf Hitler as the Libertarian Party candidate.
So that's where we shut you off for good. Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute.
I think I would rather have the West Hollywood Bear. Just saying.
You know what you're doing here then.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? We'll call you Red Band. Okay, ready? Go.
All right. Well, I got to say that I have a crippling case of road rage, and it's the worst thing ever. I typically get road rage that half second after you've opened the car door, but slightly before your ass has actually hit the seat. You know, that's healthy, right? We're just filling up with rage and anger just at the mere thought of driving around with fucking people. It's just terrible. I fucking hate it. Anyways, that's my time.
I do
it like 45 seconds. Get it done.
Maybe 20. Okay.
Maybe 20. As per usual, I'm overestimating my time.
Now you're supposed to say this is your first time.
Yeah.
How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing fine. First time on your show. No.
Well, you've come on my show. On this one, yes. With Andy.
Show, yes.
Yeah, because you and I did a back-to-back. I was on yours, and then you were on mine. And
Don't come on me.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. I've only got the one ball, and it doesn't work. So you're safe for now.
So curiosity on there. You've had children, post or pre-ball removal?
This is actually post. I had to go out. Yeah, it's post. I had to actually go out there and adopt them. So
okay.
I can't have any of my own.
You're monotesticular?
Monotesticular because I shot the other one off with a 9mm. So.
You haven't heard that story, Andy?
No, I don't know this story.
Oh man, maybe I should. That should have been my minute.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, so in 2004, I was working too many hours. It was not a high point. It was a Ruger 95. So, gotta love those things. They do work. And working too many hours and was getting out of my truck and not exactly sure if my finger was on the trigger, probably, but ended up shooting myself in a very uncomfortable place.
Well, Tyler,
that is one of the most crazy stories. Who does?
Tyler, you probably also have one ball in tribute to
you always bicycle accidents.
Yeah, no, because his was different. What's interesting, when I was racing in college, I remember my girlfriend's mom sending me an article about not being able to have kids, from cycling, and it's always it's never a study. And all the cyclists I knew, they're having kids like rabbits, but it's never a study of like people who ride for a living or that do it a lot. It's always like these people that they don't ride, and all of a sudden they get on a bike and then they're sitting on it wrong, and then they're smashing themselves, and it's that kind of problem, right? So I've had no trouble.
Because they don't know that you actually have to go get a bicycle fitted to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people just I'm going to go buy the one in the Walmart and just start riding. That's not exactly how that works.
No. So Eric, you're involved with Childeberg, correct?
Yes.
I mean, it says
the official the official spokesweasel now.
What's that mean?
The spokesweasel is usually the PR guy. I was the unofficial spokesweasel for so long because I would just try to pimp it out as much as possible. But when I had Jake on, he said I was now the official spokesweasel. So it's a stature of high honor.
So Andy's going. Are you able to get Andy any special accommodations because of your position? Trying to help you out.
I don't think so. I don't have that kind of juice, I guess.
Okay.
But if you don't have a campsite, I will say they're almost gone. So tomorrow night, that is coming off of the website because they're almost filled. So
I was
you might
there
want to get it now.
Year, and I don't know if you're. I think we talked briefly, but we didn't really hang out too much there.
Yeah.
I was in a fugue state. I also didn't know anybody, and I was relatively new. I knew Scott, and that was about it. And Nick Ashley.
Yeah, we had that whole group right over there, and then there was the Scott Horton contingent who was over there next to his truck. And he was basically just holding court the whole time, complaining about his boat that he wasn't able to bring.
I remember him talking about that last year.
Yeah.
He's saying, all right, so Scott might be doing double duty. Scott, last time I talked to him about this, he's going to be in Reno. But I don't know if he's going to be there both days, one day, or what. But he said if he can, he's going to, as soon as he touches ground back in Texas, he's going to load up the boat and come out there. So we'll see. Hopefully he makes it.
Hopefully the boat makes it, because.
Well, I've been out on the boat with Scott a few times since then, so hopefully, it seems like things are in working order. At least last time I talked to him, but it is a boat, so.
So if I see Scott, he's going to be at Reno because I think he's going to talk there Friday morning. I think I want to say one of these days. So
yeah, I think he's aligned for a speaker role out there.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, there's one of those paid things. I didn't pay for any of these people. I'm actually going to see Dave, his comedy and his part of the problem recording, but none of the official, Edward Snowden, Tom Woods, these kind of people. I don't need to do. They go have official breakfasts. It's not what I'm there for.
Come on! You don't want to pay $400 for a light chicken meal in the afternoon?
So I went when I got roped into,
It's a
and I'm glad
consulting fee.
Right. In Long Beach, California convention. I went down there and I like quickly paid, and I went to a lunch, and that's where I sat like within 5 feet of Jo Jorgensen, and she ate the entire hour, like nonstop and not like dainty. It was disturbing.
She must have been low on adrenochrome.
I don't know.
Does she have a supplier that we don't know of?
I don't know. It was some old man there with her. I think it must have been her husband or something. But it was disturbing. I was distracted. I didn't even listen to the talk. One, it was Hannah Cox, and two,
you realize how bad that's got to be, because Hannah Cox is gorgeous, and for you to have.
It was distracting, and I was bored. Honestly, I was just like, ugh, I don't really want to. She called herself based, so I whatever.
Yeah, that's the name.
This was at an LP event.
Yeah, this was the California convention earlier this year. I went down there, and
so
that's how it became a dope.
They paid these people to show up too. That's even worse.
Yeah. We got someone else coming in here.
That's more disturbing than Tyler's story. That she
Right.
has a hot voice, throaty. What?
Right.
A good throat is very important.
Yeah.
I guess?
It's
Question mark?
paramount. Good throat is paramount.
It's all an op, anyways. They don't actually exist. No one's ever gotten a blowjob ever. So.
No. Eric, so what you're going to we got someone else coming in here, by the way, Andy,
Nice.
but something's not right with her connection. Okay, so I don't know, or her or him, who is it?
Her.
Okay, you take care of that. Eric, so you're going to Childerberg.
Yes.
I want to go. Okay, this year it didn't work because Reno's just in my backyard, and I'm doing this obviously. But I want to go next year. So is it only camping? I need to clarify this for my own. My wife would be fine with that, but I don't know that I am. Camping?
Yeah, you can either choose to camp at the website, and this year we had gotten an Airbnb that was, I think it slept like 10 or 12. And so if you don't want to do the camping at the campsite or anything else, you can hook up one of those Airbnbs through us, or you can go get an Airbnb yourself, because there's a ton of them all around that area.
Okay.
Too, within like 20 minutes of it. So.
Have you been to Porkfest?
I have not been to Porkfest.
Andy, have you been to Porkfest?
It might be on my list for next year.
I have no ambition to go north of the Mason-Dixon line.
I
share that sentiment at the same time. I kind of want to go.
I just was wanting to compare if it's anything similar or not.
Yeah, Childerberg is trying to get to that point where we want to be the Porkfest of the South, or at least the central part of the country. Rather than flying into Boston Airport and then taking a 3-hour car ride up to the White Mountains, you can just fly into Austin, take a 30-minute car ride, and be there. So.
All right.
I'm actually pretty stoked that Reno is happening at the same time to filter out a lot of the cringe libertarians.
Right.
And people
Very
just
true.
want to hang out and have a good time.
Very true. Yeah, last year, if you started getting into like policy wonk stuff, I mean, everyone kind of shot you a look and was like, no, this is not the place for that.
Yeah, so is it more just a get-together community type of thing?
Yeah, it's a little more of a hangout. Of course, we do have the comedy show and the music show this year on Saturday. We're not going to do it as long. I think last year I went from like 2 to like 10 o'clock at night, which was extreme. But this year it starts at 4. It gets over at 9. We're going to have Robbie the Fire, a couple of other comedians. Rachel Tobias online is going to open for everybody. Got Nikki P's coming down to do music. Todd Glass and his band is going to do music. It's going to be a great time.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so next year I'll try to do that. And this is Texas, right?
Oh yeah, Texas. In a little town called Spicewood. It's about 35 minutes outside of Austin.
JC
Definitely
says Robbie the
Campfire
Camp.
is right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
his
to check
Childerberg
that.
episode last year, he used all of my equipment because I bring all of the recording stuff, so it was kind of fun.
Do you end up doing any like podcasts while you're there, like interviewing people, or is it you
Yeah.
plan on it? Let me guess, you plan on it and then you don't because you're just hanging out.
Well, I plan on it, and I actually do, because it's actually a good
Okay.
way for people to hang out. And it's kind of nice having a live audience there, because then sometimes people can yell out stuff, and you can play off of them. So, yeah, last year I forgot to bring my charge cable for the laptop. So I ended up not making it, but like all of my recording equipment, like my board and microphones and everything, they were all being used by everybody. That
Yes, Slurp
2 hour
Gang did a lot of
slurp gang, yeah, that was all my equipment. I was sitting there holding the light for him and everything else. That was insane.
Which I think all of the Slurp Gang boys are going to be there again this year.
Yes, including Jay, who didn't make it last year, so he will be there in attendance. So
He's blocked me.
he's blocked you. Everyone's blocked you at some point.
All those, and it all started. And I did a review because not a podcast. Who was it? Lee had blocked me, and then his account got nuked. So he opened up a new one, and I'm like, oh, sweet. So I followed him, and then as they're recording the show, he's like, hey, this pod guy just followed me. What's the consensus? So he ended up not blocking me. Yeah, so he ended up not blocking me. But it also happened with Slurp Gang when I was talking about Tower Power Hour, and anyway, so a bunch of those guys blocked me too, and Jay did that. I mean, no, Jay didn't. I'm sorry, Cotton blocked me.
Cotton blocked you first? He's such a
It was
chill
a
dude.
consensus. I think they were all in cahoots. Yeah. No offense. I actually, the Slurp Gang, I like their intro the best. So.
Yes, especially that Biden quote. It's like, I am gay. I am disabled.
Yeah. I know.
I like Ace in a different atmosphere. I get burnt. I cannot go through Ace quote tweet threads. But
they're not threads, Ace. They're not threads. It's random insanity, and I'm not going to click through all the links.
Right. Okay, Eric, you're welcome to stay as long as you want, but we're going to bring on someone else, so you can hang out.
I think I might hang for a little bit because I know this person.
Okay, I don't. This is my intro. So here we go. This is
get ready,
Alex.
Hey,
Alex Hatch. Now, Alex, do you understand the concept of what this crazy show is?
No, I don't. I just texted Andy, and he said join this podcast to ask him a question.
Okay. So, okay.
Well, you don't have much of a lead-in because I stunk on ice. So get ready.
Wait,
Right.
What did I get myself into?
Right. So have you ever seen Kill Tony podcast by any chance? A comedy show.
No.
Perfect. Okay. So what we're doing in here, that's a show for comedians where they come up on stage and they have a minute to perform. Okay. We're doing a similar thing here, but you don't have to do comedy. But you have 1 minute to talk about whatever you want. And when you hear this noise, the crickets, that's when your minute is up. And if you go too far, then you're going to get the Nick Sarwark
for Adolf Hitler as the Libertarian Party candidate.
Okay.
Just every single
If
time.
you vote for Adolf Hitler.
Okay, so you have a minute, and then when we're done, we'll have a conversation with you. Okay, so anything you want, ready, go. Minute.
Okay. My whole thing is peaceful or respectful parenting. I believe that coercion is wrong to do for kids all the time. And even if it's for something quote unquote good. So I don't believe in giving rewards. I don't believe in punishment. I think punishment is barbaric. And I think we should treat kids like people. And if we did that, we would have less statists because we'd have more people that were independently driven. And, I'm sorry, I have a dog here that keeps trying to eat. She already got to my son's dinner. We ordered Panda Express because we're leaving tomorrow, and I didn't want to cook.
How ironic.
Yeah. Hey. And let's see. So yeah, that's my whole thing is treat children with respect like people. You can hold limits. Holding limits is great, but you can do it respectfully and with empathy. And don't use punishments. Don't use rewards.
Hey, she made it to the whole minute.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, she did much better than you, and much better than Perry, who decided to do like a 12-minute thing. Alex, I've got some questions
way better
for
looking
you.
than I am too, so she's got me on both fronts there. So.
Right. So I've got some questions for you. So kids, how many do you have?
2.
How old?
7 and 9.
And have you been employing this method their entire lives, or is it something
No.
you came upon later?
I came upon it when my youngest was a baby, and my oldest was not even 2 yet. and we were running into some challenging behaviors. And I knew about peaceful parenting, but I refined it a lot when my youngest was a baby and my oldest was going through a tough time.
Now, did you find yourself like, so you didn't use that to begin with, and maybe your kids were too young to really have the horrible parts of normal parenting, but did you find a change in their behavior and in their reactions? I'd punish him for that. When you started employing these tactics?
Okay, hold on. I was distracted. What was the question again?
So when you decided to change over to the peaceful parenting, did you see a difference in the children?
Oh yeah, okay. So I was doing peaceful parenting before. And I should clarify. So I say peaceful and respectful parenting because most people have heard of peaceful parenting and not respectful parenting. Respectful parenting falls under the peaceful umbrella, but it is more defined. I think peaceful parenting is fluffy, and there's everything from use rewards and like, you know, sticker charts to never punish your child. They do both. So I'm into respectful parenting, which is more defined. Yes, it worked. I had heard about it. This philosophy, you can start it at birth, and I heard about it when I was researching peaceful parenting. And I thought they were crazy people because they sounded so dogmatic, and some of the things that they were saying just didn't make any sense to me. And it wasn't until I was kind of at the end of my rope thinking I have to change something. I need to do something different. I will try this thing. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think this is going to work. The thing that I changed was one of the things they say is trust your kids. They pick up on your body language. So I was having a problem with like my oldest hurting the baby, and it wasn't even intentional all the time. I mean, he was not quite 2, moving around, and some of it might've been jealousy, but a lot of it was just, he was, being 2. And they said, step back. If you are sitting and you're tense and you're hovering over your baby, protecting them with your hands, then your 2-year-old's going to get the idea, oh, my mom is expecting me to do this behavior, and then they're going to do the behavior. And I was like, that sounds crazy because he does it all the time. So you're telling me if I trust and step back and just let them go, it'll probably be okay. And it was amazing. And he didn't fall into his brother. It was my doing that. I was the one causing that to happen. And once I realized that, I started implementing more and more. And then I saw more and more change. It was amazing. Yes.
Does it work with adults or only kids?
Yes, it does. And that's actually something that I learned later. Sorry, Lilac is really trying to eat our dinner off the table. And I don't know how to train dogs. I know how to raise kids. So I don't know what I'm doing with this dog. Okay, they're not the same. Okay, so what was the question again? You were asking. What was it?
Does it work with adults?
Oh yeah. So one thing that I realized is I didn't grow up with this, and I didn't have any model of healthy relationships, and so I had to learn everything when I became a parent. And then once I learned how to do it with kids, I realized what I was doing with my husband was very toxic, and I ended up changing that. And it's the same techniques. So I basically use the same techniques when I communicate with adults as I do with children.
JC has a question here. What do you think of Stefan Molyneux?
Yeah, I haven't listened to that much of him, but the little bit I have heard, I like. I haven't
probably
heard
specifically on this issue. Right.
Yeah, the thing is, I actually haven't heard him talk about specific examples. I've just heard him say, be peaceful, kind of don't hit. But I haven't heard him actually say, never use punishments or rewards because they're manipulative, and people don't like to be manipulated, and kids are smart and they know when they're being manipulated. So when you're like, hey, can you get in your car seat? I'll give you a gummy bear. Like they know they're being manipulated, and I think manipulation is always toxic. So I don't do that.
Andy, do you use respectful parenting with your husband?
Yeah, me and my husband do that all the time. Actually, I have a question, and I know Alex will rant on this all night long. Bless you. But you're wearing a Rothbard shirt. You said punishment is barbaric. What do you think about when the market decides to reward or punish people?
That's not punishments and rewards. Punishments and rewards is trying to manipulate a person. If I am doing work and offering a service or a good, that's just doing work and offering a service or good. That's completely different.
What if you're offering a service or a good that people don't want?
What?
What if you're offering a service or a good that people don't want?
Yeah, I don't believe in protecting kids from natural consequences or anything like that. So that saying that I don't believe in punishment, it means that I don't believe that I should inflict something on the child for the sole purpose of making them think about what they did and feel shame for it. But if they take their toy and they smash it on the ground and they break it and then they don't have a toy, and they might be sad about that. I don't believe in saving them from their emotions. They should live the consequences of their actions, and that's how you learn.
I also don't think when you're talking about that, Andy, that's more the market forces. I tend to think when you're interpersonal relationships, that's not necessarily the way I would go. That sounds more like Ayn Rand, right? With her interpersonal relationships than Rothbard. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't treat the market forces don't dictate how I treat my wife. She doesn't withhold sex from me to get me to do something. She withholds it because it's poor. I'm just kidding.
That would be toxic and manipulative.
Yeah, right. And that doesn't happen actually in our relationship, thank God. But I mean, those kind of things you should not be engaging in. That's all I'm saying.
Blink twice if she's off camera holding a gun to your head. let us know, buddy.
Yeah. We got a few comments here. Shannon says, or Pnord says, Alex, be the best. Shannon said hello. And JC says, I think there's gray area between incentives and manipulation. Of course, I just think first of all, I just applaud you for doing this with your kids when you're young. I've only come about, my kids are 16 to 22, and it's just not necessary anymore. And I wasn't a great parent on some of the stuff. I definitely didn't use these tactics and these ideas, and I wish I had.
It's not.
I wish I had tried. Yeah. You have young kids, right, Eric?
Yeah. My son's 13 and my daughter is 5. So I get to practice it a little bit more on my daughter than my son. I got him when he was 6. And, there's a lot of things that I try to teach them. And, it's like typical teenagers that goes in one ear right out the other. And then they have to learn the hard way themselves. And then you're like, well, I tried telling you.
Right.
Take advantage of my lived experience. I didn't just sprout up out of the ground a 42-year-old man,
Eric, I got a question for you. Now, Cole.
I have an answer. The answer is 42. That's how old I am.
Oh, well, oh really? So I'm by far the oldest one here. Cole, said that
at 65 you look awesome, so don't doubt yourself.
It's 51. Cole said that women not being able to produce their own milk was problematic, and you have adopted children. So
yes.
How do you feel about Cole's comments, Eric?
Are we talking about Tower Gang Cole?
Yes.
Whose skin is as smooth as alabaster?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, trying to shame women for not being able to breastfeed, that's really not a thing. I mean, we used to have wet nurses in this country that you would have come over and nurse your children if the wife wasn't able to provide milk. So, I don't know. I think everyone's just trying to get edgy joke points on the timeline.
Of course.
Sometimes.
And that's all I'm saying. So, Alex, I appreciate it. If you want to stay around, you can. If you want to leave, by all means, do. But
came on here to ask me something.
Oh, yes.
I did, yeah. Can you bring a skillet and utensils to Childeberg so I don't have to pack one and bring it from California? I want to be able to cook dinner for the boys. I'm bringing my boys to Childeberg.
Awesome.
Non-stick or cast iron?
You should only have cast iron. What is this non-stick bullshit?
Non-stick is awful. And that shit.
He's like, whatever I dug out of the trash today. Alex, are you in Northern or Southern California?
I'm in Walnut Creek, Northern California, Bay Area.
Okay, I'm over in Folsom, so hello.
Oh, hey, cool.
Have fun at Childeberg. So we're like I said, you can stay if you want. It might get a little crowded, but I'm going to bring in Adam Nutter. I'm
going to go. Oh, Adam's here. Oh, I'm going to say hi to Adam.
I will do the best I can.
Now's your chance.
Do the best I can.
Hey.
To bring you, cooking utensils.
Adam's here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right,
Adam,
I'm gonna
welcome.
Go. Hey, Adam.
Hey.
He's
Alex,
not
nice
as
to meet
short
you.
as I make him out to be on Twitter. I'm just gonna
6
get that
feet
out
tall. Just for the record.
Barely.
All right, bye guys.
Not
See ya.
barely.
See you, Alex.
Bye, Alex.
Adam, you know the game here. We'll give you your minute. First of all, are you still 6 foot?
Yeah.
Do you wear the hats with the little thing on the top just to make sure you always hit 6? That's why I pop the hair up, to make sure I'm never below 6 feet.
Bro, I don't have hair. I'm also trying to find a fucking vacation for my wife and I right now.
I also
That's what I'm trying to fucking do. It's a nightmare. Everything's like a fucking scam.
Where are you going? Childeberg? Reno? Pork Fest?
Mexico.
Okay. Mark Claire. Sounds good.
Yeah. I'm gonna go assassinate. No, no. I'm gonna. No, I just want to get the fuck out of here, honestly, for a while. And like everything,
Mexico's a good spot. I love
crazy
Mexico.
expensive though.
Yeah.
Right.
Go hold hands. with
Adam, do you want me to
Dan
wait on that? Or are you ready to go? You ready to do your
No,
minute?
I'm good. Sorry, I was just finishing up looking. I don't.
If,
shit.
if you need to go to Hopper or Zumondo or whatever it is you
I
do to book your tickets, you can. Just let me know when you're ready.
Super come prepared with a rant. I was just coming to hang out, but I could always drum one up.
No, drum one up. I want to
perch on his head.
I am kind of
Eric,
bummed that
Eric was a
you're not
little
performing.
disappointing, so we'll let you go on.
As with most things, I was very disappointing.
I get it. Women,
I'm
life.
kinda bummed
Didn't
that
last
you're
a
not
whole minute.
performing at the Adam's not performing at the comedy show at Childeberg. I did get to see Adam you perform at Thaddeus Russell's thing. When was that? Last August?
Mm-hmm.
The Renegade University thing. And
Yeah.
That was a good time.
It was a good time. Yeah, no, I'm not going to Childeberg, not going to Reno. I'm nowhere. I'm fucking staying in Pennsylvania this whole weekend like a fucking
Boo
loser.
this man.
Like a goddamn
Okay,
loser.
ready, go.
All right, rant. Shit, let me think of one. Okay. No, this is like a lame one though, but it was just kind of on my mind because I watched that United guy get beat up.
I saw that.
Yeah, and it was like the best video ever because I hate like everyone who works at the airport, not just like TSA. It's like lame, right? Fuck TSA. Like we all hate TSA. I don't mean TSA. I mean like just regular airport employees are also straight shit. Like fucking COVID gave them this elitist status that I don't like, and it needs to be smacked off their fucking face. Like they're glorified air attendants. You push a cart and you die with me if I go down. Like you're no better than me. Like the fact that you have this power was crazy. So to watch that guy get tuned up by an ex-NFL athlete was fucking chef's kiss. Loved it. It was like my core of hate coming through. Like I would have done it a little differently. I would have clinched him up, thrown some knees in there. There's some good elbows in there. The only funny in that video is if he hit him and he went on the conveyor belt and just fucking went down the conveyor belt like an I Love Lucy sketch. That would have been the only better part of that video. But that guy's awesome. Fuck yeah, Brandon Langley for the job.
And does anybody know what this was about? By the way, Spud
Don't
Ruckus
care.
said tall women.
No, they don't. I don't like tall women. Any woman taller than me, I don't. It freaks me out. I don't like it. It's like emasculating.
It is.
Yeah, at
it's like
6'1", there's not many women that are taller than me. So,
all right. Well, you're an inch taller than me. Fuck off. Like whatever. It's
You know, Adam, you protest too much about this. You're 6 foot. You're already in the clear. I mean, this is what your life could be. Let's take a look and see. Jip, join in progress. These losers. Yeah. Look at this guy over here on the right.
What the hell?
He's like 5'2". You got Toad over here. He's like 5'2", and then you got these two guys. I don't know what's going on with them, but
I don't think I would be comfortable with Reed ranting behind me.
I don't know that he's ranting.
That was definitely a rant from Reed going on back there. Whatever was happening, Toad looked disappointed.
Yeah,
he just gave him one of those.
He
back
always
looks.
looks disappointed.
I
mean,
very true.
Oh, I've met Toad in person. Actually, he's the only actually out of any of those guys I actually physically met in person, and he's short, but we all know that. It's not. I mean, Toad. It's not
about this airport fight. Do you think the legacy of slavery is to blame?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Sure. I mean,
it's the blame for everything
moral
else. Just
stand out here. Yeah.
Do you know what the problem was about?
Nah, probably the United guy was probably being a cunt about bags or something.
Yeah. You know, your rant is exactly right, and it's even worse because these people are similar to cops, which is one comment to them in the wrong way, and they're going to report you, and you're suddenly federal prison, not legitimately, but you've got a federal problem. You know, the air marshals or whomever are going to come after you, and you're way underwater already. And now I don't know that you want to be fighting this guy out in the terminal, but it was kind of glorious to watch. He got tuned up pretty good.
When I was
kind cut his eyebrow open. It was
he
pretty
fucked
good.
him up. He was like
Yeah.
gushing blood. Well,
That's the guy from Impractical Jokers, right? Wasn't that who it was?
It looked like Josh Smith. It looked like a fat
Sal?
Josh.
Or what?
Looks like a fatter Josh Smith. It looked like that guy looked like just like Josh. You're talking about, but no. When I was actually last time I was going to Mexico with my wife. You know they tell you like any international flight you got to fucking like show up like 3 hours early or whatever. Fuck you. No, you don't. You don't have to. Like it's bullshit. That's bullshit airport nonsense. So we just showed up like an hour beforehand, and I'm at the terminal, like the little kiosk thing, putting my shit in, and one of the Delta guy. American Airlines guys is like, hey, can I help you with that? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, oh, let me put in your flight pattern, whatever the fuck. So I put on my flight shit, and he's like, hey, you know, this is an international flight. You have to be here like 2 hours. And I was like, I stopped. I was like, hey, put my ticket on my fucking bag and shut the fuck up. I don't need anything from you. Nothing else transpires here. I don't need your advice. I don't need your fucking opinions. Do your fucking job and shut the fuck up. My wife was like, stop. I was like, no. Fuck this guy. I was like, just do your fucking job. I don't give a fuck. I don't respect anybody there.
I think they assume that everyone is a smoker, and if you have to deal with the TSA, I'm
pre-checked. I'm pre-checked.
Wow.
At some point, you're going to need some nicotine after dealing with TSA.
I just smoke weed in the bathroom, and I bring weed on me with every flight. No one's ever stopped me. I'm pre-checked. I walk right in. Don't even barely search me. It's wild.
I just don't have that much stress about it. I don't know.
Well, I'm a hateful person. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I am too.
I specifically go in there just to fuck with them every time I've ever flown. It was like, sir, we're going to need you to step through the scanner. I was like, no, I'm not going to step through the scanner. You can give me the pat down. And then when they go give me the pat down, it was like, can you raise up your arms? Like, no, I got an old football injury. I can't really raise this arm up above my head. And then when they start patting me down, you just moan. And it's just like really odd times. Just,
Here's what you got to do. Every time you have to go to the airport, bring a baby. They're much more kinder to you then. Hijack a baby, bring it to the airport. You'll get right through. You'll be front of the line.
I'm with you. Steal babies. That's fine.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I'm there.
Unless you're Dave Rubin.
Oh.
I understood that reference.
Yeah. That's well done. Adam, you got any gigs coming up? I mean, anything exciting?
Bunch.
Mexico.
I keep saying
I'll be
this,
seeing at the bar.
I keep saying this Saturday, but not this Saturday. I think it's next Saturday. I'll be at Bethlehem, PA, up at the FOE Club. So come check me out there. And then June 2nd, I'm at the Stand, New York, 9 p.m. Come out to that. Pop in Chalfont, Pennsylvania, the monthly show Neil and myself run. That's at 8, unless I'm in Mexico, but that show's still going on. So go to it. That's 8 p.m. at Chalfont, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly. Then the 14th, I'm at Helium in Philly at 7. Come out to that. I think I'm doing the Whiskey Rebellion thing with Robbie Bernstein in Pennsylvania in July, and I'll be out in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, August 12th and 13th. Come on out. Yeah.
I love Steamboat. Used to go up there and golf.
Yeah, I've never been there before.
Summer.
I'm excited. I've never been to Colorado.
Pretty
So
awesome.
I'm excited to go.
Shannon says, I want Nutter to always be filled with rage. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think other people do, but that's fine.
Does it help your comedy, you think?
Not really. I'm not really that rageful on my sets. So it's just like pretty calm. I don't know. Some things just trigger me, and I'll just go into rants that I have built up inside, like a pinch of anger, and just come out. But I think that's normal. I don't know. Is it not?
No, I'm in agreement.
Normal. Yeah.
There's one thing my wife and I agree on is just the hatred that we have of other people. I mean, she went through this. There's a car wash place there's called Quick Quack Car Wash, and it's these kids basically check you in, and then you go through, and it's just an automated thing. And she was going in through there today, and it broke down. And she said these people, they're in their cars, so they're stuck in line, and they ended up fixing it in 5 minutes. But they're yelling at the attendants, and just yelling at these kids, like the kids can, have any say over this situation.
Well, when you yell at kids, they move faster.
well, not what Alex. That's not what she said.
That is peaceful parenting, as far as
Right.
I'm concerned. Yelling and beatings must be doled out peacefully.
Do you do that, Andy? Do you have respectful parenting?
I don't fucking follow any gay-ass philosophy. I just do the best I can. Shit. I don't hit my kid. I'll tell you that much. But
there you go. Better than I was doing.
You do
I
what
had some
you can.
issues. My mom beat. I shouldn't say this about my parents, but I was spanked. I was spanked in. I went to private school, so I was spanked in 3rd and 7th grade.
Look how you turned out. Very
Just
white.
just the 2 times, huh? Okay.
Yeah, you turned out gay. That's weird.
You turned out gay. Well, when I say
that explains the hairstyle.
When I say spank, what was odd is that the principal comes in all leather, and I'm like, wait, in cat and nine tails. Like, I don't think that's the kind of spanking you're supposed to be doling out
Bring
at
out
this school.
the gimp. Bring out the gimp.
He set up the leather pony. We were ready to go. It was really odd. I left that school after a while.
Started playing that Allman Brothers song tied to the whipping post.
Right.
Tyler,
Right.
you've been acting up. We'd like you to sit on this Sibian here.
Oh,
God.
not the Sibian. Oh, no.
Did we talk about Andy's appearance on InfoWars yet?
We played it.
Okay.
We opened the show by playing it. So yeah, Andy got on there with Alex,
InfoWars.com.
and then InfoWars, and then stuttered and hammered.
I like how as soon as Andy got on, he acted like a kid who just got called on in class, like out of nowhere.
Who, me, sir?
He was like,
he
just throws up and just fucking laugh.
Yeah, definitely. There was a little pre-cum on me.
You did a good job busting your balls. You did good.
I was on hold for about an hour and a half and driving.
That's the problem.
And really shitty service neighborhood where I was working, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to sit here and hang out. They play the show through your earphones or through
The phone.
Yeah, while you're waiting on hold. And this didn't make the show, but some guy was like, you can hear it in the other calls prior to mine that some guy was being an ass. He said something about like big black dick in your ass or something. He's like, he went off the rails at the end, but Alex was like really vibing with him at first, and then right at the end he just snuck it in. So I'm wondering how often
Is that the new Baba Booey? Why am I making that
Yeah.
reference? Nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, in the group chat today, I actually said to Andy, say Baba Booey at the end, and he didn't.
Yeah, Howard Stern sucks, but yeah.
Yes. But Baba Booey didn't. I mean, Gary Delafonte, whatever.
Delafonte,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Was he all that bad? I mean, I don't know. That's when Howard was not so cringe.
Can I be honest with you? I was always an O&A person. I always thought Howard Stern was fucking hack. Honestly, I thought he was just like, especially like, okay. Again, it goes back to like pretentiousness that I don't feel like is deserved. You know,
Yeah.
like Howard Stern he was not like a good-looking dude. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he was ever fun. I don't think he's funny. I never laughed at Howard Stern. I laughed at Artie Lang. I think Artie Lang's funny.
Yeah.
I don't think Howard Stern's funny.
What about Jackie the Joke Man?
No, fuck Jackie too. But like it's just that thing of like he just did something that was new at the time, which was like being ballsy on air, right?
Yeah.
But like he wasn't. But if you objectively looking back at it, are you laughing at bits that were done around stuff? But you're not laughing at Howard Stern. But if
I
you go
laughed
back
when he
and
was
listen
in blackface.
yeah, he's like. I laugh when he hits Robin, but that's it.
I did laugh, but actually I look back and sometimes it was some of his interviews. So sometimes he'd have a guest on there, and the way he would be able to draw them out, I enjoyed that from that perspective.
Sure,
Now,
but that's not like comedy. It's not like he's like making you like.
No.
But you go listen to Open Anthony, and you listen to like Anthony and Jim
Yes.
Norton. You're legitimately laughing. Like you're like,
Yeah,
yo, this is fucking funny.
That was more of a comic hangout type thing.
Pour
so.
one out for Shock Jock Radio because that doesn't really exist anymore.
Thank God.
There is a
Like
reason why it
bad
died.
thing, Yeah, but if you think about it, like the O&A and shit like that, those years, like that was like the predecessor to podcasting, in my opinion. Like especially like for comedy podcasting, like comedy podcasting, I should say, like the Hangout, like because that's very much the vibe of when I hang out with my comic friends outside of a show. We're just busting balls or doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that's fun. That's like the most fun part of it. And that was them doing that before a podcast existed. And that was way funnier than Howard Stern being like, oh, and then you showed me her tits. It's like, wow, you're so fucking edgy,
Yeah.
Howard, you fucking loser. You're 57. Like you never see tits
What's
before. You
what's
fucking
funnier,
nerd.
Howard
Fuck,
Stern? What's funnier, Howard Stern or Tower Power Hour?
Tower Power Hour by a mile. Actually, like, not even close. Howard Stern's not funny.
Who's Robin on Tower Power Hour?
It's Toad.
Definitely Cole.
Oh shit, Toad and Cole with their powers combined.
With their powers combined, they become a black woman.
There was this.
It's Clint. He's definitely the only one that wants to be black on there.
Dude, there was
Well, he hasn't moved around much in the past 6 months, so he's definitely very much like a black woman.
Right. We're just checking in on them. This is how it's going over on Tower Power Hour.
They just
heavy
look mad,
hauler.
they're having fun.
I do like the forced perspective with Toad and Reed there to make it look like
Yeah.
Toad is huge and Reed.
How
is
can
really
we?
small.
How can we
It
bring
almost
them
makes it look like
into here
Reed is
to
like
make them have
Toad's-
fun?
Reed looks like Toad's sponsor. He's like, say you're sorry. Like, say you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, tell
No,
the
here's
truth.
earlier I said it was James O'Keefe. Toad was like doing a James O'Keefe interview, but now it's like he's being interrogated, and his really bad attorney is right behind him, which is Reed.
How can
so
we? Is there a way to merge these streams?
No,
That'd
There's
be
not.
so funny though.
You want to cross streams? Is that Andy?
Yeah,
Crossing
really
the
gay.
streams is bad.
As the local gay man here,
Tyler.
yes.
Yeah, sorry. Adam.
There was a video of the Wallflowers playing One Headlight back in '97.
I love that song.
Arguably one of the biggest songs in the '90s.
Yeah.
Right? They were playing at like some Howard
Bob Dylan's
Stern
son.
event. I guess it was like some Howard Stern event was being put on because he was huge in '97. Right? It was like peak Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Robin is introing the Wallflower, and they're like behind a curtain, and she goes, "Howard, this next band you like?" And he's like, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah, because you said, wow, I can't believe I really like this band." He's like, "Oh, really?" And she's like, "Yes, the Wallflowers." I'm like, "Oh, arguably one of the best songs in the '90s." And like, "Oh, you happen to like this band, Howard? Like, you are so great that like you give the One Headlight your blessing." Like, fuck, wait, is this so?
He was hipster before hipster was the thing.
Yeah, he's such a fucking douchebag. I hate him.
Side note: one of the guys in the band was a cyclist and was friends with Lance Armstrong when he made his comeback from cancer / into heavy drugs.
The cyclists are also gay.
Okay.
I don't respect them either. Oh, I should have ran about that.
Yeah.
Should have ran about how cyclists
Be my
don't
guest.
respect
Everyone
I don't
likes
respect
it.
them at all.
Look,
I don't
I can at least look at you and go like, "Hey, look, you're at least somewhat fit." It's when Toad does it, and I'm like, "You get winded, put on your sweater vest. Please don't talk to me about being on a bike."
I played real sports, so I
Whatever.
Oh, here we go with the real sports business. Poker is a sport.
Right.
Poker is a
Hey,
sport.
Adam. Speaking of music, what did you think about Clint and Dan Smott's music video?
I liked it.
By the way, before we go there, Pnord was on here. He was our first guest. He said it was a banger. Okay, it was lit.
He really liked it.
Yeah.
Who's a banger?
Did you see the Dan Smott's?
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a banger. No, it was
Yeah.
good. I was busting their balls. I liked it.
I
What
liked
do
it
you
too.
listen to normally?
A lot of shit, honestly. Like a lot of shit. Mostly, I would say mostly '90s.
A lot of
Like,
Barry
heavy
Manilow.
let's say a lot of '90s fucking Bach,
Pop
not Bach,
country.
not
Ugh.
Bach. I said Bach. Jesus Christ! I put my own joke.
Johann Sebastian Bach.
Bjorn. I said Bach. Yeah, no, I listen to. I mean, I grew up in the '90s, so like a lot of like Biggie, a lot of early grunge, a lot of '90s music. Then like also just a lot of hip hop in general, and also rock. Also even like some club shit and dance stuff. No, I'm also a dumb Staten Island kid who grew up listening to fucking techno and shit.
What was
Like
your
my
favorite?
like my friends'
what
older
was your
brothers.
favorite
Okay,
lyric?
so Moby, we got it.
No, that's not true.
Hey, Moby wasn't all that bad.
What was your favorite lyric?
Ever?
No, in this specific music video.
Oh, what do you think I listen? Bro, I don't remember the lyrics from songs I like. What are you talking about?
It opened with the lyrics "Shimmy, shimmy, sham."
Well,
I don't even remember that much.
Yeah, it did.
Give me the mic and I can take it away.
Gay libertarian Linkin Park.
I just like going music's bold choice to do anything, and I think because like you're taking a real fucking stab at the dark to be like, I think people will like this eclectically. It's like I don't
Especially when you didn't decide to narrow it down to liberty stuff, right? So I always have like if you like Christian music, some of the better ones lately are ones that just happen to be Christian but just write good music, right? So instead of trying to be so narrowly focused, so when I'm gonna do rap, but I'm gonna do liberty rap, and then I'm gonna do liberty rap with eyeshadow in a cemetery. I love Dan Smots, but there was
but that tracks with Dan though. It's not
okay,
like Dan's out of
fine.
character.
fine.
not out of character for Dan, at least.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, he's
And by the way, people, that was not me in the hoodie. That was Dave. Just
yeah, but you guys both look like older gay men.
This is very true. I showed this.
Is Victarvi right for you?
I showed the music video to my girlfriend, and she said, "White people."
Wait, you got a girlfriend?
He's such a fucking liar.
Thank goodness for Ukrainian racism. Otherwise, I would not. But yes, I do. I showed it to her, and she said, "White people making rap videos as political statements is very stunning and brave." That was her take.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
But that's the other thing too. I didn't know Clint rapped.
You've never listened to an episode of Clint's show, then?
It's his intro.
You're outing yourself.
But he really that's what I meant. Like actually gives a shit about it. I thought that was just.
What do you think this is?
like a bit almost, like a thing, like not for real.
Clint didn't rhyme in that music.
Can I be honest with you? My whole world I operate in bits, so I think everything's a bit. So when someone's like, "No, I do," I'm like, "Oh, for real? You really okay? Cool. Like that's fine. I just didn't know."
No, it is. No, you're in the right zone because Clint did not rap whatsoever in that music video, and I will be the voice of dissension in this.
I'll say this:
I like
I listened to it and it was kind of cringe, and then I decided to listen to it again and just kind of like not watch it. And I was like, oh, it was actually fine. The music and then the video production was pretty good. It's a bunch of white guys doing. And then I'm like, look, I kind of know these guys. If I can't laugh and mock them, then and by the way, the chair that Dan was in the cemetery, that's not going to hold you. It's a director's chair. I mean, what's his problem? Just leave.
That's what this is. It's my friends made a thing, and I'm gonna make fun of it. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like anytime
if I had made a music video, I would expect everyone to.
Like anytime my comics put a skit out, I'm like, your skit's fucking trash. You suck. But like, no, I laughed. Like I'm just being a dick.
Yeah.
I actually like all those guys. So
What
am I gonna do?
I love them.
Yeah, they're
I
great.
have nothing to do with
Clint's
that.
the only one I know. I don't know Dan Smots or the other guy with the beard.
Actually,
but
I know all of them, but the second, the chubby guy.
If anybody
The first one
in
that came out.
Yeah.
If anybody in my
90% of
neighborhood
Twitter.
pulls up, if anybody in my neighborhood pulls up in a fucking old school Chevy bumping that song, I'm going to beat them up personally myself. I'll tell you that much right now.
Well, if they're bumping that music, likely you will be able to beat them up too.
Yeah, true.
No respectful friendship for you.
I met Dan and Dave. No, but I love Dan and Dave, but I met them and they are not big guys.
No. Definitely not. I'm going to be able to meet Cole. No, not Cole. Clint. He should be out at Reno. Reed,
Clint's going to be at Reno. Yeah.
Reed and Toad are already out there. I'm going out there tomorrow, so I'm going to be able to meet a bunch of these people. Jack
and by the
Lloyd,
looks of it,
maybe.
they're sharing a room, which is kind of odd for Reed.
Right.
I hate this gay type of shit, but Tyler, did you listen to Jack Lloyd's response to Pete?
I did.
The whole thing?
I did listen to the whole thing. I started when it was live, and then I couldn't do it, so I listened. I was at work, and I just played it.
But like Tyler, this is why you have patience and like you're better than me. I don't even give a shit. I didn't look. I don't care about Jack Lloyd. He can eat a dick. I don't like. I don't even have a problem with him really. He just we fucking towered him the other day, and he commented on my personal letter and was like, "Hey man, I never met you. I don't have a problem with you." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna pass up in this tower. It's funny."
Yeah,
it's a tower, motherfucker.
I don't even have a problem with you really, but like you're making me find you annoying.
As someone who invented meme culture, you'd think he'd understand what a tower was.
That's the thing.
He's got a patent on memes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People are too fucking sensitive. I'm like, I don't care about you, Jack. And not in a negative way. Like fuck you. I don't care about you. I mean, in a completely, truly neutral Switzerland way. I do not care. So when I saw my friends towering you, who I do care about, I'm like, well, I'm gonna tower with my friends because like it's funny. So of course I'm gonna jump with Top and tower. Like, I'm not sorry at all. But like, I don't care. So like, I'm sorry that you get your feelings hurt. But like, it's not like personal. It was just funny. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I will say
I don't know where all
that
the beef stems from, but I listened to like 20 minutes of his response to Pete, and that was about all I could take.
So it actually was several months ago that it started on Twitter where Pete, you know how Pete is on Twitter, and so he's wrecking everyone that's a libertarian. And then Jack is responding, and then there's beef between the two. And then Jack says something like, "Hey, I helped you with your documentary," and then Pete belittles him and says, "You weren't shit with this." So then they kept going on with this, and honestly, I just listened to kind of hear it, and I see what Pete says, and I'm kind of with you guys. Is like I don't care about the beef on either side. Jack actually presented a pretty good case because he had a bunch of receipts, and I'm also like, okay. Once again, I don't. Neither one of you are interested to me, so whatever. Beef all you want.
Pete is extremely confrontational, and
he's
Jack,
antagonistic on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to take that, and he's come after me once or twice. It was when I did the thing with Andrew, and I just deflect it with a joke, and it's gone. I'm like, if you're gonna play into that, he's a shark that sees like chum in the water, and Jack is just ultra chum, and he just stirs it up.
When I told him that, when I said I just towered you because it was funny, he was like, "That's fair." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Okay.
He did say it was fair, so that's the shit on him totally. But he did say it was fair. But it's this thing of like, if we're making fun of you because we're saying because you're saying you invented a meme, and we're like, we don't care, we're making fun of you, and then you like go to Google to like prove your point, we're just gonna doubling down making fun of you.
I commented on that tweet because I'm like, I made a joke, and then he likes it and like, see, this guy gets it. I'm like, no. I was really don't get so serious, everybody.
I don't care that you're right or if you're wrong. I don't care. It's irrelevant. All I'm care about is funny. And the funny thing in that moment is I'm gonna double down and be like, you're lying, because you're gonna get.
No,
so
the funny thing
angry.
is Jack Lloyd claiming IP for a meme. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, there's that weird like I don't like jokes because being stolen, but it's a fucking meme. What are you gonna do? it's part of the internet.
It's one thing if it's like a routine or a stand-up routine, but memes constantly get stolen.
Yeah, and end up on T-shirts being sold by Sal Mayweather. So.
Right. As Adam says,
another dude. Fuck him too. Another scumbag. Another guy who thinks like another fucking bald midget who thinks who the fuck he is. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I don't think he's short.
Shit. It's like, shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
He liked my tweet that I told him.
What are you not understanding about this? I don't care.
My tweet that I told him,
if he's tall. I don't care if he's short. Guess what? He ain't gonna do shit about it. He can shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't
Hunter
care.
Biden is a much better agorist than Sal.
Yeah, I don't care.
Ouch.
That's probably true.
All these.
No, it's definitely true.
Dude, all these fucking libertarian Twitter micro celebrities that they all think who the fuck. Newsflash: none of you are shit. You're all fucking this tall and can't get laid. I know for a fact. Shut the fuck up. Like, none of you are important. I'm not.
I think
important.
Jack's wife's putting out.
I'm just saying, like, none of us are important. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
This self-entitlement of like so many of these fucking dudes is crazy to me. It's like, dude, you're a fucking no one outside of our circle. Like, it's crazy. Myself, all of us included.
That serotonin reuptake hits hard, or the serotonin boost from the likes and the retweets hits hard.
Because here again, the very true reality of it is I've met a lot of these people. Not a lot. I've met a good handful of these people in person, and a lot of them do a lot of this on Twitter, and I'm like, I would fold you into a chair. So it's like, it's crazy. It's just a crazy environment. I just fucking, it's very funny to me.
Does that need to be our standard, though? I mean, I'm not going to fight any of these people, but I mean,
no, it's not about.
No, it is the standard.
It's not about fighting anybody.
Testosterone is the standard.
I'm going to have brass knuckles this weekend in Libertarian Town, Reno.
You're not one of those people. That's my point. You're not like.
Now I'm disappointed.
You're not. No, you're gay. You're not. So you're. No, it's like you're not one of these internet like fucking libertarian like Kinsella who blocked me because I fucking called him a fat midget. Because he's talk shit, and it's like, you're a fucking fat.
You didn't realize you were dealing with a heavyweight.
Yeah, exactly.
I just bought Jack Lloyd's book though, his pamphlet book. So I'm gonna review it and I'm gonna read it. I don't know if I'll review it. He's got a book called I could go get it, but then I'd have to stand up, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Some
we don't want to see that you're not wearing pants. That's
I
okay.
kind of do.
I'm wearing shorts.
See, I knew it.
Tom Woods would shit a brick, but sorry, Tom, my shirt's not even fucking tucked in.
I think Tom Woods hates me.
How funny would it be if
You're not a fat 20-year-old.
He see me do stand up like 3 times, and he's like, you say dick a lot. I was like, nah, well, not really. You just see me do stand up 3 times. That's really
How funny would it be if Jack Lloyd's wife divorces him because she wrote the book and he refuses to give her credit?
I guess I'd have to give up that Facebook page, the Libertarian Guys with Asian Wives.
What was the name of his
That's kind of true, though. That's a thing I noticed once it was said out loud. I was like, oh my god, because even guys in my personal county, like in the Libertarian Party and stuff, have Asian wives, which is fine, but it's a very noticeable thing now.
Are they how Filipino are they?
She's not. The one I'm thinking about isn't.
I find a lot of engineer guys end up with a Asian wife.
He's an IT guy.
Yeah,
it's close.
Eric, want to break it down for us?
Break down the. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm trying to get rid of my wife right now, so
right, that's mean.
Well, there you go. Well, look Asian.
I got the one Cajun queen who can't cook, so
it's crazy. You guys all good? I think we're closing in an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody coming on here. Eric's going to go out to Childerberg. Adam's staying at home. Andy's going to Childerberg, and I'm going to Reno. So I don't know if Adam's got any libertarian friends he's going to see, but we're all going to liberty it up this weekend. So
nah, I'm gonna be. Oh no, actually, one of the
Childerberg, we anchor the vibe. We don't do any kind of libertarian shit there. So.
Can we break in here? I really want to see what they're saying to Clint right now.
Yes, please. Let's go. Run it.
I mean,
that's Jack Casey.
Yeah.
No, it's not Jack. Dave.
Oh, is that the other Casey?
And then Dan comes in and just fucking murders it.
There you go.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I was surprised.
He does not at all.
He murders it. Look at that chair. That's not fucking holding you down.
I like the production of the music video.
Yeah,
it is good. Well, Dan's really, super talented. But tell me I'm not wrong when I said Dan Spons looks like a Tim Burton Drew Libertarian.
Like a what?
When I roasted him in Delaware, I said Dan Spons looks like if Tim Burton drew a Libertarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This music video is made for gay libertarians.
It's also all of us.
Emo rage rap is so sad.
Oh, look at Cole trying to joke. That's cute.
These guys are all being held political prisoner right now.
Right. This is a hostage video.
I like how Reed has physically removed himself as far away from the camera as possible. It's obvious body language. He is not enjoying what he is saying.
Right. Toad, who has a quote unquote joke for everything, is going to be complimentary.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, that's all I had to say.
I have to make fun of my friends. I can't not. I have to.
Is that Call of Duty sounds in the background? It sounds just like Call of Duty.
I like Clint, and I cannot pretend to like this video.
Let's see what they say.
That was actually pretty far, Clint. You did a good job there. I think everybody did a good job on that. It is so funny though. Dan is 100% the emo rap guy. It is he feels it so fucking well. I mean, it's.
I was blown away. That video production is fucking unbelievable.
That's great. Amazing. Right? Really
It's tough. It's tough to capture Clint when he's in his apartment, but they did it.
Yeah.
Hey, we can talk about the video production, but we can't talk about the we'll give praise to the video, but not the music itself. At least I will.
Yeah.
I love my friends.
I was more interested there to hear if because I know what they say in the group chat, what they were going to say to his face as they played the video. That's what I was interested in. I can't remember.
Did they cuck out? I don't know what happened in the group chat.
They for sure cucked out.
Yeah.
There's no way they did it. There's no way they were like, "Hey, this sucks."
I will say.
Perry says, "But I don't know him like you guys do. I laugh my asshole." Oh, jeez. But I will give him props in public.
Pink sock.
Oh no. Yeah,
have you laughed your asshole out? That sounds horrible.
If you bang a girl in the butt, you pull out sometimes. It's called
Yeah.
pink sock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learn
It's called
something.
anal
You have to hit him on the back of
prolapse.
the head
So
first.
you're welcome. You can look that one
Learn
up.
something, Tyler. You fucking nerd.
You have to
Well,
hit
my
him
wife
on the
doesn't
back-
have that problem. If you know
You
what I
got to
mean.
hit him on the back of the head when you pull out.
Well, tell whoever fucks your wife
That's
that might be a problem.
And with that, we're done. Everyone give their stuff. Adam, first of all, Perry, thanks for coming on earlier. Pnord, check him out on Twitter. We had Alex Hatch, if you wanted to learn more about respectful parenting. Her kid was a little wild in the background, so deal with that as you will. Why do you have to be that mean? You look like a really nice kid. We got Eric here. Eric, give your plugs before we head out.
Yeah, Rebel with Cause podcast. Try to do a live one every week. I'll be at Childerberg this weekend, Friday through Sunday, and then next week I'm going to be at Alan Mosley's celebrating his 4th annual It's Too Late celebration. So,
Thank you, Eric. Adam
welcome.
Nutter, once again, appreciate it.
Someone try to find me a cheap trip to Mexico if they can, and hit me up on Twitter at Adam Nutter.
I know a guy with a
van. Coming out to all my shows. Go check out the Cult of Us podcast, my comedy podcast I do with the great Neil Wood, and the Porcupine I do for old Liberty gay stuff. Go check that out. YouTube.com/Cult of Us, YouTube.com/Adam Nutter.
Adam, I have a suggestion. How many EpiPens can you and your wife fit in your anal cavity? Because Dan Berman, taxation is theft, has probably got a pipeline for you.
Oh, yeah, he's weird. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll get proven. I'll see how many fingers I
Okay,
can show up
well, there you go. That's your in and out of Mexico. Andy?
Unfollow me on all platforms except for Grindr. Follow me on Grindr. Eric,
it was a good follow.
Eric, I kind of invited myself on if you're bringing your podcast equipment.
oh yeah, definitely. We'll
Childerberg?
definitely do a whole bunch of podcasting while we're down there.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm down to do that. I'll have my daughter with me. Hopefully I can pawn her off on someone who's not so respectful of a parent. And we can have a good time for a minute.
If she needs a job, she can watch my dog for a little bit while we do the podcast. So
She'll do the best she can.
That's like having a horse watch a dog. I mean, there's like no. It's like one thing
Right.
bigger than the other thing. I don't think that means he's able to watch it.
I thought you said you were a fan of real sports.
You're right. Yeah.
He broke. We got him.
And I'm Tyler Yankee. I appreciate everybody coming on. Once again, the Kill podcast. This is episode 3 for that. Otherwise, we're on 45 episodes. Check out all our other shows. I just interviewed Mark Claire. I mean, he's going to be down to Mexico. He doesn't like the Mises Caucus, but we got along. So go Reno, go Childerberg. Thanks, everybody. Out.
Okay, I'm leaving now. Bye, guys.
But she's back. Chick-fil-A is completely overrated. It's not that good. I prefer Zaxby's. I prefer Popeyes.
Takes a tough man to make a tender forecast, Nick. I guess that's me. Keep fucking that chicken.
Should I vote for Dick Cheney on the Libertarian Party? Do I have an obligation to vote for Dick Cheney?
I would say so.
Yes.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. I mean, these people somehow delude themselves into thinking it might, but it might work for us.
That one dude was like, not a podcast. I can't find it anywhere. They don't have video.
Oh, yeah, Peter Janke. Yeah.
Yeah, I blocked him.
I'll do it. If he unblocks me, I'll...
He'll buy your shirt if you unblock him, Bert. He's a wigger.
Yeah, nothing cooler than
So
a
he's-
49-year-old wigger.
like-
Yeah, I just started live streaming. Cut me some slack. I'm pretty high tech for a boomer. But anyways,
boomer.